Hello and welcome to ARK, the complete series. Well, we're over by the snow biome, and I'm just keeping an eye on that Giga down there because it's been here for quite a while, I must admit. I don't like when there's like wild Gigas wandering around nearby. It's a reason why we're up here with Big Red here. I'm keeping well clear of that thing. But the reason I'm over here is because of that cave there. We want to take on the Ice Titan, because you've got to take on all three of the sub-titans to be able to take on the King Titan. You need the trophies. There's no levels for these sub-titans. It's quite different from, say, like the island, where you go to lots of different caves, and then you, well, basically gather as many of these artifacts as you can, keep them stored away for the number of times you need to take on the Titan. No, it's not like that at all. Over here, it's a case of the cave that you go into, each Titan has its own specific terminal, each Titan has its own specific artifact, and the artifact's in that same cave, so yeah, there's no point hoarding artifacts on this map. Just every time you want to go and take on the Titan, yeah, just go in the cave, pick up the artifact, and then go over to the terminal. So, to make life easier, I'm going to actually go through there using my tech armor. I mean, it would take forever just trying to clear my way through. It's a pretty big cave. If I went through there with like a dino crew, it would take quite a long time. So it's much easier, much quicker to just go through with my tech armor. Because I mean, being on the island, being on Scorched Earth, being on Aberration, so I've got all of the tech gear now. I've even got some slightly better stuff since I've been doing the Titans. But it's a case of, yeah, I'm just going to zip through there. The only thing is that the actual artifact in this cave, it's surrounded by usually dire bears or maybe dire wolves, it depends. So I do have some help. I've got one of my Gigas here. We're going to pop that out to help clear the area, and then we'll just go over to the terminal, because the terminal itself's clear. That's not a problem. But where are we? Well, we are at roughly 2261. So it's just literally outside of the snow biome. So when we actually summon the actual Ice Titan, we get transported not to an actual boss arena. We actually get transported inside the snow biome, which is interesting. So there's no limits, hence why I've just basically just set up all my crew over there ready to go and to take on this Ice Titan. So I'm going to pop Big Red here into a cryopod, then I'm going to zip through there, and then once I get towards the end, I'll bring you back. There's the artifact down there. I forgot actually there's Palovius as well around here, so I'm going to get the Giga out, because I'll have to clear this area out, otherwise I'm just going to get hassled. Trouble is, if I go too far, I know there's, yeah, they're going to just give me nothing but grief. So let's get the Giga out here. Oh. Whoa, there's a lot of bears. Hopefully I won't. Oh. Ooh, that was a bit of a knock. Right, I'll have to clear these lot out, because you get things like the Yetis and the bears all attack you. I mean, these are, you know, I mean, this is a big Giga, and you'd think that they might put them off, but no, they don't care. They'll quite happily hassle you. I mean, I've got to go back to the actual terminal over there. How much health have you got, actually? Ooh, wow, that was quite enough. I think I'm going to actually probably heal this one up, to be honest, because what I've got is I've actually got 6 of these Gigas now. The trouble is, yeah, I mean, even Gigas that take a massive amount of damage from the actual Ice Titan. So I think before I actually spawn over and get teleported over to where the actual Titan is, I'll probably heal this one up first. Right, just grab that, because I'm going to have to walk all the way back here. I was about to run, I keep forgetting to run out of stamina. I'm just going to walk back to the terminal from here. I mean, the dire wolves seem to leave you alone, but things like the Yetis and the actual polar bears or dire bears, they'll give you a bit of hassle, even though it's an actual Giga. So yeah, they'll just aggro anything. The other thing you've got to be careful of is the Palovius as well. Palovius like to jump out and give you grief as well. So yeah, the devs really thought about this sort of stuff. So it's interesting because I think with the Desert Titan, there's nothing there. There's nothing around near where the actual artifact is or where the terminal is. When you do the Forest Titan, it's a case of there's nothing near the actual artifact, but the actual terminal area is just completely surrounded. Now here, for whatever reason, they've given you that hassle where the artifact is, but the actual pad over there where the terminal is, there's just nothing there. I mean, I could have just potentially just flown all the way over there, put this thing into a cryopod, I suppose, but yeah, you can see the timer. That's the one downside. I mean, you can incidentally actually fly through these. I could have brought the Wyvern in, for example. I'm pretty sure early on they actually stopped that, because I'm sure I actually tried that once when Extinction first came out, and they actually disabled that, and even when I actually enabled the option to allow flyers in caves, it still didn't work. But yeah, on this map I've actually got that feature enabled, and it does work. I could just fly in with the Wyvern if I wanted to be honest. But since we've got the tech gear, we can get in and out pretty quickly. So let's have a look. So yeah, still need to get this one's health up a bit more. So there's a total of 6 gigas over at the where the spawn area is. I don't have an actual UD. I was going to bring that in, but the trouble is that Ice Titan has a nasty habit of sort of jumping on you. It can cause you a lot of damage. If you can't get out of its way, it'll freeze you, and it can cause a serious amount of damage even if it doesn't. So it's a case of I've actually got a mech to help me with that, because you can quite easily sort of like dodge out of the way. So I can take pot shots at it with the mech while the actual Gigas just basically chew on it. Right, so just make sure we've got everything here. So right, so we need 10 of these claws, 100 hearts, 10 of the sails plus the artifact. So they weren't too bad to get. If you go down to the southwest area on the map, which is kind of like the Sulphur Fields area, there's quite a few Spinos around there, just even like normal Spinos, corrupted Spinos, really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you just want a bunch of Spino sails. And then the Therizino claws, I've just been getting them while I've been down in the sunken forest anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of a pause, because I want to make sure Greg here is properly healed up as best I can with this meat that we have got, and then we'll transport over once we're ready. So, see you in a while. Right, and Greg's now got his suit on, so it's a case of let's get the show on the road. My only concern, I must admit, is actually getting anything at the end of this, because I've had problems with the Desert Titan as well as the Ice Titan, where there's no loot. Normally what will happen is, you know, the Titan ends up getting killed. It'll either end up getting eaten or the body will be left behind. Either way, I'm supposed to get a loot bag, and it's a case of, I can either loot the body or loot the bag. Now if the body disappears, sometimes the loot bag doesn't turn up. Apparently it's known to actually disappear under the under the map and so on. So it's like, man, this is, yeah, it seems to be hit and miss as to whether you actually get anything for this, to be honest. So, oh seriously, I don't have time for wolves. Don't attack my mech. So I've got the mech and I've got those 6 gigas there. I've ended up actually disabling the harvesting on these, and I don't know whether if that was causing me problems, or whether it was something else. So right, group 6, no, it's group 3. Right, come on you lot. Right, I'm going to switch over to group 1 because I want to try a strategy here. So that's the first group we're going to go in and attack the Ice Titan. Then I'm assuming they are. So who's right? We've got 3 left. So the idea is, I mean, if you're lucky, like this, where you get frozen. That's not good. I should have been paying more attention. Struth. The plan was basically I wanted to actually stay out of its way. Come here. The plan was basically I want one group attacking, and I want one group over here, because if they get frozen, no, they're not paying any attention. It's kind of like, in some respects, I want to keep them. Oh, I want to keep one group focused on them, on the ice type, and then if they get frozen, seriously, I want, yeah, actually that might actually work in some respects. Yeah, I want one group focused on the ice titan, because if they get frozen, then I can send the next group in. Because part of the problem I've been getting, oh, Struth, aside from this thing keep overheating. Part of the problem I'm getting is, what are you not attacking? Part of the problem I'm getting is that, yeah, the Gigas get frozen, and then they can't do anything. So that's a real pain. So I've got two separate groups. I've tried it with all of the groups at once. And that's a bit of a pain, I must admit. Because they seem to take a lot more damage. Go on. Look, are you gonna actually attack or not? Oh! For some strange reason they're not attacking. Right, so I'm going to switch back to group 2. This is a crazy strategy. It sounded good at the time, let's say that. Right, at least I'm just double checking, because it's the heat's the biggest problem. Nah, it's like it's too cumbersome, I think. So which group's which? Hang on, which? Right, you're on me. Right, oh, man, this is crazy. I'm glad I'm not using the Uti, because then it would be a case of, oh, there was no way I'd be able to get out of the way of them. Right, you lot go and attack that then. I'll switch back to group 2. So group 2 is the frozen lot. Oh, wow, they've almost done it anyway. Oh! Right, so group 2, I want group 2 to come back here. I think the trouble is, I think it's the reach. Maybe it's a case of I'm just out of range of the whistle. But I've tried it with like all 6 at the same time, and the biggest problem I got was just that they kept all getting frozen. See, it's done it again. That's the thing I don't want. Tell you what. Let's just put you all on. This is just blaming. Stop following. This is just crazy. This ends up the way. I don't know what on earth's going on here. There's a bit of lag going on. But that thing just completely disappeared, and I'm not seeing any signs of a bag. Doesn't help having this shadow around here. Oh, there it is there. Because last time, it might help the fact that it's actually on. See, you've got very little time as well. What might help, I suppose, and I'm speculating here, was the fact that this thing died on solid ground. Last time, I think I was over about here. Yeah, I'm just speculating, because to be honest, if I go over to here, let's have a look. So if I have a look under the world, nah, it doesn't make any difference. Yeah, I was beginning to speculate it was because the fact it died on solid ground, but it wouldn't make that much difference, because last time I killed it, it died around here somewhere. And I was beginning to think it might have been the fact that it died on the actual platform, but you notice it didn't like give you any message or anything. There was nothing, zip, nada. It didn't say such and such killed the Titan or anything like that. It was just disappeared. So that's a bit weird, I find. I mean, on the plus side, I've got the... Looks like I've got some extra element. I've got the actual trophy, that's the crucial bit. 308 for the legs, so they're slightly better legs. They've got better durability as well, that's a good thing. 224, not as good. The boots aren't as good. 266, still not as good. Yeah, just primitive stuff. So I think the only useful thing I've got really is that set of leggings. But the main thing is we got the trophy, and that's what we're looking for. So yeah, it's a bit iffy because I've done this with just 3 gigas, and they went pretty fine. Except the only issue was one of these. I don't know which one. Ended up with about 2,000 health left. That's how tight it was. It was just crazy. So I thought I'd try a slightly different strategy. The plan was basically have one group that attacks. Yes, this one's down to like 6,000. So it's, look at the draw. Wow, 6,000 on Bertha. Was that who I was checking? Let's see, what's Betsy? Betsy's down to about 6,000. Bertha's down to 6,000. Oh no, so I was just Betsy all the time. Right, okay. Sierra was going down the way because there's no point putting sort of like health into these gigas. So I just pile it all into melee. But I tried the 3 of them, and it was a case of that went pretty well, except for I think at that time the actual Titan was really busy and occupied, and it was very much focused on like the wildlife, so things like malice and so on. This time around, probably not so much. So that the plan was really two sets of gigas. I would send one in. If they got frozen, then I'd send the second set in, and then the idea was to pull the original set back out again, so that way I could just keep swapping them over. But I think, yeah, that whistle, you have to be too close to sort of get them to whistle, and then it's like, yeah, maybe because they're on neutral or so. It's kind of difficult splitting them up like that. At least that's what I'm finding anyway. Well, I'll give it another go because I do need at least another trophy anyway, because I've got 2 now, and I do need another one because you've got to do the Gamma Titan, the Beta Titan, and the King Titan. So I need all of those trophies. And then we've got to start thinking about taming these Titans, but I still need to do the Forest Titan one more time. And this time round I've been using these, and that went quite well. Can't use them against the Desert Titan, but I've done that 3 times now with the Wyverns that I've got. And again, same sort of problem where sometimes I get a trophy, sometimes I get literally nothing at all. So it seems to be like hit and miss with these Titans. When Extinction came out for the first time, this all worked perfectly well. I never had any problems. So I honestly don't know what's going on here. The server's up to date. It's onto its 2nd patch since I originally had problems with the actual ice with the Desert Titan that gave me grief. So yeah, not quite sure what's going on there. But anyway, still lots to do before we take on the King Titan. That's all for another episode.